Happy hump day. Let's ride. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Craig Ben, aka Cash Cake, back with another MLB Prizepicks video. I got 4 plays again for you today. Yesterday wasn't too bad. We ended up going 2-1-1 with one push. The one we lost was the LA Dodgers Milwaukee no runs first inning. We did hit the KC Minnesota no runs first inning, and then Robbie Ray again just dominated, threw up 10 Ks again, just owning the Angels. Third time this season putting up over 10 Ks. And then we end up pushing that Garrett Hill's 3K. So not horrible, but did get good betting again over in the Patreon streets again. Went 3-1, almost swept, needed one more K from Steele to get the full 4-0. But hey, 7-1 over the last 2 days for almost 8 units of profit is not bad. Not going to complain there. And hey, if you want to check us out, head on over to that Patreon. Link is in the description below. Also started a Discord if you want to come in there and hang out. I'm going to start dropping a free bet every once in a while in that Discord. So if you are sports bettors out there and want a free bet, join that Discord and I will drop it in there for you guys. And hopefully we can get a streak going as well. So with that, if you like these videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep knocking these videos out for you guys. Hopefully it helps you in your decision-making process and we can put a little coin in our pocket. But with that, hey, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, as always, Prizepicks desktop version is up here. They got a sweet mobile app on Google and Apple Store. And if you do not have an account, use that promo code DFSArmy and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Again, all of that in the description below. But let's get after it. That's why you tuned in here. Let's talk about these 4 plays. I'm going right back to it. We got 2 no runs first innings. We got early baseball today. Love early baseball. Gonna start dropping some bets over there after I get this video up. But yeah, we're going to go right back. We got one late one and the rest of them are early. The one late one here we'll talk about is we have the Dodgers and Milwaukee. And I'm going right back to the well with this. I know, we didn't hit this yesterday, but that's not going to stop me because we do have Gonsolin on the mound for the Dodgers. 9-2 no runs first inning on the road, 19-2 for the year. And then Eric Lauer's on the bump for Milwaukee. He's been 8-1 at home, no runs first inning, 17-4 for the year. Juice is on the under at -125. So I'm going to go right back to the well here. And I think with Gonsolin on the mound, I was more worried about the Dodgers. You still got to worry about that power with them, right? And Eric Lauer could still give up. But I still think I want to go back to the well with these teams. And take the under here. Another one we're going to look at here is I'm going to go the Cubs in Washington. They treated me really well yesterday. I had a lot of bets on this team. And I like their no runs first inning, man. Drew Smiley's been pitching amazing this year for the Cubs. 12-3 no runs first inning. When I say amazing, this is Cubs standards. But 12-3 no runs first inning for the season, 7-2 on the road. And Washington is going to counter with Corey Abbott. He is 3-0, no runs first inning for the season, 2-0 at home. Got the juice around -105 to -110 in places. I do like the under here. Abbott does struggle against left-handed bats, so I do worry about the power of some of these left-handed bats like Ian Happ. I'm sure we'll see him like in the 2-hole here, and he's the only one that really worries me. If he can get around Happ, not putting up a home run and maybe just getting on base, I think we have a good shot here. So kind of like the no runs first inning there, but overall, it's not a strong no runs first inning board looking at it. Those are the 2 that I like, but they're not like slam dunk plays for me by any stretch of the imagination. I just know a lot of people love to play these, and that's why I kind of talk about a few of them because people like them. But again, not like a board that I'm just absolutely in love with for no runs first inning. Those are just 2 of the plays that I found that I think I would feel okay taking a shot at. So that's where I'm going to land. Let's go. The next 2 plays are actually going to be fantasy plays. We're going to go over on the fantasy plays. Again, not a full board up here. I will drop some additional plays over on Patreon for some prize picks once we get the full board up, because I really do like attacking some of the other pitching, fantasy stuff that they have up here when it comes to like walks and hits allowed. Those are some of my favorites to attack. But yeah, fantasy score here, and I did talk about this when I talked about the New Orleans first inning. We're going to go Ian Happ, and I'm going to go over 6.5 fantasy score here. Again, he's going up against Abbott, used to be a Cub. He's got a horrible 7.5 xFib here. Not a big K guy, 20% K rate. Against lefties, he does struggle even more, 18% K rate, like I said. And massive 385 ISO and a 427 WOBA the lefties. And Ian Happ has been, playing some really good ball lately. So I really like Ian Happ here today. 6.5 seems really low for him. He had 2 bombs just 2 days ago. Wasn't in the starting lineup last night against the lefty and Corbin, but 2 nights ago had two big home runs. He's put up double-digit fantasy score in 3 of his last 5 games. And again, matches up fantastic against Abbott here. Happ's got a 179 ISO and a 343 WOBA against righties this year, and a pretty high walk rate as well at 11%. So we like to see that. And basically against lefties, looking at Abbott's, pitch styles here and pitch types, basically throws a fastball 50% of the time, slider around 28% of the time, and then a knuckle curve 20% just to these lefties here. And if we just look at what the profiles against Happ crushes the fastball, around a 245 ISO, which is considered, pretty good, and is really good on the slider as well. He's got a 274 ISO on the slider and a 335 WOBA against the slider. So again, profiles really well against him. And even on the knuckle curve, still does pretty well against that. Has a 222 ISO. So all 3 pitches that he throws, Happ, does really well against all 3 pitches. So I just love this over here. So we're going to go over 6.5 fantasy points. And then the last one we're going to go here is we're going to go in the game that I like as well. I think you can stack this up if you're playing daily fantasy on the early slate. And it's Carlos Correa. My God, I cannot speak this morning. Carlos Correa over 7.5 fantasy points. And again, I like this matchup as well here for Minnesota in general. They're going up against Lynch, and Lynch has a 5.06 xFib, 22% K rate for the year, but struggles a little more against the righties. He is a lefty here, and Correa's done really well against righties for the season. 181 ISO, 384 WOBA, massive walk rate against lefties as well at almost 17% clip, which is really high, and a low strikeout rate around 15%. So you can look at Buxton as well if you wanted to. He strikes out a little bit more, but has way more power than Correa. But I still like Carlos here quite a bit. And he throws basically 3 main pitches against righties. He's throwing a fastball 45% of the time, slider 30% of the time, and then changeup. He'll mix that up in there 20% of the time. It's one of those things where I do like this. I'm fine if you want to take Buxton as well. Just kind of looking at Buxton stuff that they have. They have 8.5 fantasy score or over 1.5 bases. I'm okay with those as well. I do like Minnesota here. Kind of look at their implied team total. They're sitting at around 4.7, so close to 5, and the Cubs are sitting at 5 implied team total. So teams that I definitely want to attack, and those are the guys that I would kind of look at. So those are the 4 plays for you. Again, if you want to come over and check out that Patreon or check out the Discord, I'll leave the description below. And again, appreciate each and every one of you, and enjoy your hump day. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.